Hello guys, in this tutorial I will be talking about problem solving and pseudocode. I will also take a look at our flowchart. For the purpose of simplicity, let's use a simple bank withdrawal program as our example. When you go to the ATM to withdraw money, the first thing that happens, you probably enter your card, then you enter your PIN. After you enter your PIN, the ATM either accepts the PIN or it rejects, in which case you will have to enter the PIN again. But let's just assume it accepts the PIN, and you navigate to withdrawal. All right, the withdrawal program will start when you hit on the withdrawal button. Then it asks you, the ATM asks you to input the amount you want to withdraw. Next, it gives you your cash and you receive a debit alert. Then you probably end transaction, remove your card and leave. But the whole of the withdrawal program runs within these 4 steps. Okay, it starts when you hit withdrawal on the withdrawal button. You input the amount you want to withdraw, then you get your cash and receive a debit alert probably, and end the program. So basically this is what happens, or at least you as the user, this is what you see, but this is not what the computer sees. All right, the computer does some other processes under the hood that you're not aware of. So let's go ahead and write the pseudocode for these processes. Pseudocode. So we have our start. We have our start when you hit the withdrawal button. Then 2. Next, the computer asks you to impute the amount you will like to withdraw, right? Now, what happens next? The computer doesn't just give you the money. What it does next is to check if this amount you've entered, check if input amount is equal. I am assuming that your bank allows you to actually empty your account so that there is nothing in there. If input amount is equal to your balance, all right, and the logic for this will be amount equal, this amount is less than or equal to balance, right? There's the logic for this. And if amount is less than or equal to balance, all right, if true, that is after evaluating the logic, after evaluating this logic, if it evaluates to true, then your new balance is equal to balance minus amount. Okay, balance minus amount. You get, your account gets debited, and print transaction successful. If false, sorry, insufficient balance. All right, you want this printed to the screen. Print, sorry, insufficient balance, and the withdrawal program will end here. The bank withdrawal program will end here. So this is the pseudocode. Oh, okay, let's add some more touches to this. Input amount, check if input is less than or equal to balance amount. Yeah, if true, balance equal to balance minus amount. Print transaction successful. If false, print sorry, insufficient balance, and end the program. So let's come in here and try to draw a flowchart diagram for this for our pseudocode. All right, when you come to the left side of your screen, the tab there have different sections. You have the general, miscellaneous, advanced, basic, arrows, flowcharts, etc. So we're working on flowcharts, which is down here. We're working on flowcharts, and these are the symbols that are used for flowcharts. All right, oval in flowcharts represents start, so I can use this, I can use this, and I can use this. All right, though it says terminator, but I can decide I can also use it. So I want to go with this one. All right, I like using it for my start and my end of program. So click on it, and here there's it. Okay, so I double click and type start. All right, so when I start the withdrawal program, what is the next thing that happens? It is input. Okay, it is input. So let's quickly go back to the pseudocode. If you count under the pseudocode section here, if you count, you have only two variables there. You have the amount and you have the balance. Okay, these are the two variables that you have here. So you have to initiate these variables when you're drawing your flowchart. You have to make space for them. So when you come to your symbol, your flowchart symbol section, you look for the one that represents variables. That should be a parallelogram, I think. Here, data, input, output, data. So I'll bring it up here. Notice I have not fixed in any arrow. The reason for this is I don't really know the amount of space my flowchart is going to take, so I'll just leave the arrows out for now and put in most of what I need. So double click in there, and the input that I will need will be what? One is balance, comma, the other one is amount. Okay, now that's my input there. Next, when it has taken balance and amount, what will happen? Sorry, let me just make this a little bit bigger. Sorry. Yeah, that's it. Delete that. All right, I'm good. So once you've taken your input, the next thing is to check if input amount is less than or equal to balance. All right, so this is a conditional statement, a logical statement, and for conditions you will be using a diamond shape. Okay, not this. You will be using diamond shape. Where is it? This is a process. This is it. For decisions, you'll be using a diamond shape. And or before this, you will have to, when you are actually writing codes, before you can use this, you need to have values for them. So you're going to come down here first. Before this decision diamond, you will have to pick processes. All right, and the process you actually want to do now is to actually give values to this. Okay, is to give values to your input. So we say we instantiate balance and amount. All right, right there. Now we can come to the process, and the process is if a selection statement. All right, balance. Okay, let's start with amount. If amount is less than or equal to balance, if amount is less than or equal to balance, now what do we want? A process again. That is what we want. Okay, a process, and there. So if amount is less than or equal to balance, we want the program to subtract amount from balance minus amount. All right. And apart from this, we also want the program to print transaction successful to the screen. Oh, okay. That's an output. All right, so we will need to use this, the parallelogram. So we bring it a new one. I want to delete this, but we can just keep it for now because we'll still have another output. So this is an output. So we want it to print what? Transaction successful. Make this a bit larger. Yep. Transaction successful to the screen. If this is true, and if it is not, we want it to print insufficient balance. All right, and then we will have the end of our program. Where is it? Yep. And now let's actually bring the whole of this together, connect them together with arrows. All right, where are my arrows? Here. And nah, not these ones, they're too big. Let me go to basic, see if I can find something there. Nope. Go back to flowchart. I need something smaller. Okay, let's check general. Yeah, this is what I'm looking for. Directional connector. And this is it here. Sorry about this. You will come here When you start, the first direction is to go towards your input, balance and amount. Next, your input needs to be instantiated. They need to have values. Next, sorry. Okay, I think this is good. I'm just rearranging what I wrote. So I want this button here. After you instantiate and the head on this, so after you instantiate, the next thing you want to do is to check. You want to check if amount is less than or equal to balance. Okay, if this is true, okay, something better. If this is true, you want to carry out this process and print this to the screen. Another arrow. And print this to the screen, then end the withdrawal program and end. So this will only happen if our condition evaluates to true, and if it is false, you want to print insufficient balance. Print insufficient balance to the screen. Again, my arrow here and here. Then you want it to end the withdrawal program. Okay, so this right here is a simple flowchart for, sorry, I don't need you this big. Okay, and right there, yeah, got it. So start the withdrawal program, take your input, put values into your variables. If amount is less than, or equal to balance, you have another process. Balance should be equal to balance minus amount, assuming this is true. But let's say amount is actually greater than balance, then it is going to print what? Insufficient balance, and it will end. If this evaluates to true, it goes this way: balance equal to balance minus amount, print transaction successful, end. Else, print insufficient balance, end. All right, so let's just add a false here and there. That's how your flowchart will look. So with that, we come to the end of this tutorial. Please leave comments, your advices and questions in the comments section. I'll be very happy to answer any question you have. Thank you for watching.